All right, we're recording.
Already on?
Wait, let's focus. Give me a mic check.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2,
Perfect.
UFC 212.
Perfect. Okay.
Did you fart? I did.
All right, so how do you want me to read it? Welcome back, fight fans. It's Jerry and Ray with the MMA Guys. You all know Ray. Shout out to Sue, Dan Bones, and everybody else.
Jose Rodriguez experience. What's going on, brother?
Eric Silva versus Yancy Medeiros.
Eric Silva versus Yancy Medeiros. Eric Silva came out guns blazing early in his career. As a byproduct of the USADA drug testing, we've seen his body take a significant change. Yancy Medeiros trains out in Stockton 209 with none other than Nate and Nick Diaz, Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Eric Silva's been on the decline. He got murked by Neil Magny. Look for Yancy Medeiros to push a pace that Eric Silva can't keep. Look for him to use precision striking, boxing to make quick work of Eric Silva, who's probably going to be on the lunch line looking to get outside sponsorship from Bellator pretty soon. I like Yancy Medeiros via second round stoppage.
You heard it here. Vitor Belfort versus Nate the Great Marquardt.
Nate used to be Great Marquardt, and Vitor, once upon a time, was a fiend of Belfort. All right, guys. Vitor wanted a Legends League, so Dana White is apparently letting him have it without the official title. These are two guys. Nate Marquardt was one of the last guys to finish Tyron Woodley for the last Strikeforce Middleweight Championship of the world. Those of you who don't know what Strikeforce is, it was a fight promotion bought out by the UFC, brought over the likes of Luke Rockhold, Daniel Cormier, Josh Barnett, Khabib Nurmagomedov, if I'm not mistaken, Jacare Souza, and I said Cormier, yeah. He actually won the heavyweight strap over there. So, this fight, the last one that we saw Vitor in the ring, Vitor lost to, do you know who?
Yes, Vitor lost
Kelvin Gastelum.
Kelvin Gastelum.
Kelvin Gastelum. Vitor is a little bit chinny in his old age, as is Nate the Great Marquardt. Nate's a precision striker. He's a great grappler. He's one of the original guys in MMA, as is Vitor, but I'm going to say that Vitor's explosivity is going to let him make early work of Nate Marquardt. Vitor's title aspirations at this point are pretty much done, let's be honest. I'm a huge Vitor fan. Ever back in the days, remember when he won a little fallen by Bad Boy? Oh, yeah. He'd be wearing wrestling shoes, just chasing Wanderlei Silva across the ring, throwing hurricane punches.
Posters all over my room.
Look for Vitor Belfort to push the pace. Nate Marquardt's probably going to try to cover up, and Vitor is going to land some precision striking, maybe a head kick or two. I like Vitor Belfort via stoppage early. What do you think, Jerry?
I don't know much about Marquardt, but the way I've seen Vitor in his last couple of fights, yeah, I'm going to have to give it to Marquardt.
Okay. We agree to disagree, fight fans.
All right, next fight.
You got to remember who, real quick though, you got to remember who Vitor's fought in his last couple of fights.
Okay.
He fought Jacare Souza, top 3 in the world. He fought Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman, one of the top guys in the world.
Okay.
And his last fight, Kelvin Gastelum, is the guy who's knocking on the door for a title shot at 185 pounds. Nate Marquardt, we're going to pull him up real quick, fight fans. Hopefully we're going to edit this so you don't see us searching on the phone. Actually, that's a good soundbite. Leave it in.
Yeah.
Nate Marquardt.
Expound a little bit on that.
I just want to look. I just named a couple of the last Vitor fights. We're going to look at Nate Marquardt's recent performance in the UFC. This is his second stint in the UFC. He tested positive for drugs back in like 2009, I believe. Don't do drugs. Don't forget to bring a towel.
Or don't get caught.
So Nate lost to Sam Alvey. He beat Tim McCrory, lost to Thiago Santos, beat CB Dalloway, lost to Kelvin Gastelum, and Brad Taharis. Lost to Hector Lombard, Jake Ellenberger, and Tarek Safadine. Nate Marquardt before that was 32-10, beating Tyron Woodley. This guy's fought everybody. There's a lot of miles on the tank. Vitor, as chinny as he is, as old as he is, still has explosivity. Look for him to exploit the speed difference between him and Nate the Great Marquardt. You heard it here, fight fans. I'm right, Jerry's wrong.
Okay, Ray's right. All right.
Ray's right, Jerry's wrong, Jerry's right, Ray's wrong.
All right, so our next fight, guys, is going to be Claudia Gadelha versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Claudia Gadelha versus Karolina.
Lots of consonants, Cyrillic alphabet. She's probably neighbors with Khabib Nurmagomedov and Nikita Krylov. I'm from East Brooklyn. I know a lot of Eastern European guys. It's the only reason I'm able to pronounce their names. Fight fans. Claudia Gadelha is a beast, but Karolina Kowalkiewicz is the first person we've seen effectively strike with none other than Joanna
Champion.
Jędrzejczyk.
I said Jędrzejczyk.
Whatever.
She went
Joanna
toe-to-toe with her.
Jędrzejczyk. She went toe-to-toe with her. Two beasts from Poland. She looked up to Joanna. I'm going to say right now, this is a fight that's going to stay on the feet at 115
I'm going to say
pounds.
Carolina.
That's Jenny in the background, fight fans. That's Jerry's better half. Significantly better half. Far, far, far better half.
And Jamie Moyle's going to win too.
Jamie Moyle is going to win. So let me say this real quick. Karolina Kowalkiewicz, being able to strike with arguably the best Thai boxer in the UFC at Joanna Jędrzejczyk, look for her to be a tactician and wear down the very durable, very tough Claudia Gadelha. And Claudia Gadelha is a jiu-jitsu phenom. So she's able to take her down. We haven't seen a ton of submissions at the female 115 weight class. I don't know why that is. I have no scientific evidence behind it. I'm going to look for Karolina Kowalkiewicz to break her in the first round and then in the second via strikes.
I'm with Ray on this. Karolina, based on how she did against Joanna, I'm not going to give it to Claudia. Claudia lost to...
Claudia was the only other person to give Joanna Jędrzejczyk a legitimate fight, but that was early in Joanna's career. I think that was the fight... Real quick, I'm going to see if that's the fight that Joanna Jędrzejczyk won the inaugural 115... she didn't win the inaugural 15-pound belt.
I don't think it was.
I don't think... somebody else had it before her.
Wasn't the Ultimate Fighter...
I saw it on Wikipedia, like who Joanna
Wasn't that her
beat.
opponent?
She beat Jessica Aguilar, and she lost to Joanna Jędrzejczyk twice.
Yeah, that was...
Claudia Gadelha. Split decision, the first one that was really close, and then a unanimous decision at the Ultimate Fighter, and that was not nearly as close.
But all of Claudia's girls won most of their fights when they were...
Karolina Kowalkiewicz is young, she's raw, she's still improving. How old is Karolina Kowalkiewicz? Let's take this real quick. I'm going to say she's 25. Wow.
31?
31. Wow, JJ and KK, how about that? We've gone on enough looking up Wikipedia. Karolina Kowalkiewicz for the win. If Claudia has a chance, it's going to be to make it close, make it dirty, take her to the ground, and finish her via strikes on the ground. I don't think she's going to be able to sub Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Which brings us to, drum roll, who's Jose Aldo?
Jose Aldo? Jose Scar...
Did he used to be Jose Aldo?
I think he was, yes. And on a 10-year tear, too. Is that correct? Right?
Edit that out. He was on a 10-year tear until he was derailed by the Irish locomotive known as none other than Conor, the Mystic Mac, the notorious McGregor.
The left hand from hell.
The left hand from hell. I'm Irish. I'm from East Brooklyn. I was not a Conor fan. I was not a believer. I thought the UFC handed him a couple of fights. He made easy work of Chad Mendez, made very easy work of Jose Aldo, went back at 170, and in my mind did win enough for the decision to beat a very durable, larger Nate Diaz, and made Eddie Alvarez look rather pedestrian in his last fight. That being said, Jose and Max Holloway share a common loss in previously mentioned fighter Conor McGregor. Max Holloway, the flying Hawaiian, still in his mid-20s, has been in the UFC for almost all of his career. The only people to give Jose a tough time are long-rangey boxers. Max Holloway, out of Hawaii, just like many of them are, phenomenal boxers, precision striking with power, rips to the body effectively. If Jose Aldo's going to win here, this fight's going to stay on the feet. He's going to have to cover distance, get to the inside, get off and get out, primarily with leg kicks, and Max Holloway's going to be able to punch from relatively the same distance as Jose Aldo's going to throw kicks from. I like Max Holloway. I think it's his time. I think that Jose Aldo has a lot of miles on the tank. He does have underrated jiu-jitsu, but so does Max Holloway. Look for this fight to stay on the feet. I think an ever game, ever tough, ever improving Max Holloway is about to take his seat atop the 145-pound weight class. Past that, I do think that he's going to be the next heir apparent to challenge Conor McGregor, should he decide to move up to 155 pounds. I like Max Holloway. I like him via decision with effective striking, and I think that this one is going to be a barn burner. I think Aldo's going to land a couple of leg kicks, and I think that Max Holloway is going to make him pay for it, throwing jabs and landing punches on the way out. So I like Max Holloway in this fight.
Ray, you're really wrong. Jose Aldo's a beast, but if you say he's going to win, I'm going to go with you on that, man. And
don't be afraid to subscribe. And the last thing I will add is that Jose Aldo is severely outreached in this fight. Max Holloway is also significantly taller. So for Jose Aldo to land anything significant upstairs, he's going to have to get really creative, and he's going to have to go into what I call the danger zone, and that's anything within 3.5, 4 feet of Max Holloway. This fight right now, I'm going to say is Max Holloway's to lose. What is he on, a 9-fight win streak? 9 or 10. Either way, this young man has continued to fight even when he doesn't have to. He was deserving of a title shot a while back, not too unlike a recently victorious Damian Maia. Congratulations on your recent win over none other than the ever-tough game-bred Jorge Masvidal out of our very own Florida. I like Max Holloway. Good luck to you. Represent not only the Hawaiian flag, but that of the USA. I want every single championship to be held by a United States belt holder. That's me. 2017 for Ray and Jerry, the MMA guys, and Jenny and Tommy, Rob, aka Gojira, Silent Jordan, sometimes Brad, and sometimes Dr. Tron. We're out. Can we see that real quick?
Yeah, we can. Hey guys, I'm Jay from the MMA Guys.
He's Jay.
You know Ray. Ray does some awesome color commentary. Ray has got some of the most popular videos that we've had have been his prediction videos. Guys, if you have any questions or if you would like to see Ray comment or break down any fights, even from the past, we can do that as well. So in the comments below, leave what you would like to see Ray do, what you'd like to see Ray call on. I got to tell you this, guys, you know, he's like the Rain Man of MMA, okay? Nope. This man right here is one of the smartest and most. This guy right here is really good at what he does.
You're really gonna miss him, aren't you?
He's very, very popular with our crowd. One could even go so far as to say that, you know, he is the show. So, you know what? Ask him your questions. If there's something that you want to know, ask Ray. We might even do like a little spin-off and everything. He's going to be around for quite a long time. At least we hope so.
Oh, kind of like, what is it? The Big Brown Breakdown?
Big Brown Breakdown.
I
love Brendan Schaub, bro.
If you guys get a chance to check out Brendan Schaub's comedy, I do a bit of stand-up myself. My dad was a relatively famous stand-up comic. Support stand-up comedy, a guy holding a mic in front of a brick wall, standing in front of a group of strangers with no piano, no guitar, nothing else but him sharing his thoughts. It's one of the toughest things in the world to do. Support stand-up comedy, support local mixed martial arts. Find your local promotion. Don't ask your friends for free tickets because they spend a lot of money to train, they spend a lot of money to eat, they spend a lot of money on travel. These guys do everything, and we wouldn't have the UFC if we didn't have local feeder promotions. What did you just fight in, Jerry?
ACL 3.
ACL, what is that, American Combat League? You have ACL American Combat League up by me in the Northeast. You have the Ring of Fire, which has brought us none other than Frankie Edgar and Jim and Dan Miller.
Combat Night.
Who's the guy from The Ultimate Fighter that landed the wheel kick? The really muscular black. Uriah Hall came out of Ring of Fire, so did Ally Aquinta, if I'm not mistaken. You also have CFFC, Cage Fury Fighting Championships. If you get a chance to check these guys out on YouTube, as long as it's a verified video on YouTube, I'd recommend it because there's nothing cooler than seeing a guy from the ground up. Because when you turn into the UFC, they're already a star. If you want to get on the bandwagon before the hype starts, support local mixed martial arts.